Hello and welcome to this week's presentation. So today we will be discussing the fingerprinting experiment with 3 different subjects. So the members of this presentation are Natanya de Clerk, Dezire Booysen, Mila Smith and Ayanda Khumalo. The methods of the 3 subjects will be explained as well as the possible results of this experiment. The results were whorls, loops and arches. The conclusion we got from the 3 experiments will also be discussed at the end.
Hello, my name is Natanya de Clerk and I will be presenting subject 1. So in subject 1 we use the following materials: clear tape, scissors, a small eyeshadow brush, red on color stay, Maverick eyeshadow, white paper and a pen. So the method we have used for subject 1 is to cut one piece of 5 cm piece of tape. Lightly dust the light brown color over fingerprints with a brush. Press the tape lightly over the dusted fingerprint and then press a piece of tape on a piece of white paper. Label and identify the fingerprint.
Hello, my name is Dezire Booysen and I will be presenting subject 2. So the materials used in this experiment was clear tape, scissors, a makeup brush and smudge eyeshadow makeup. So this method for subject 2 was: first you need to gather your materials, next you need to cut a 5 cm strip of tape, then you need to lightly dust dark brown eyeshadow over the fingertip, press the tape lightly over the dusted fingerprint, peel the tape off the finger and stick to a white piece of paper. Label and identify the different types of fingerprints.
Hi, my name is Mila Smith and I will be presenting subject 3. So the materials used were packaging tape, baking powder, a makeup brush.
So for the method for subject 3, we have step 1, gather all the equipment. Step 2, take a piece of tape and stick it to a piece of paper with the sticky side facing up. Step 3, dip your finger into the baking powder. Step 4, lightly dust off the excess baking powder with the makeup brush. Step 5, stick the dusted powder onto the sticky part of the tape. And step 6, slowly take off your finger.
Okay, so here we have the results for subject 1. The subject have a variety of fingerprint patterns. 5 out of 10 fingers have loop patterns, 4 out of 10 of the fingers have whorl patterns, and only 1 out of her 10 fingers have arches pattern. Thus, we can say all the fingerprints are unique.
So, here we have the results of subject 2. In the experiment, 10 fingerprints were taken from the subject, Dezire Booysen, revealing that 9 were plain ulnar loops and 1 was a plain whorl on the left thumb. The ulnar loop pattern is categorized by smooth, continuous ridges flowing from one side of the fingertip to the other, forming a rounded loop. On the other hand, the plain whorl features a circular or spiral ridge arrangement spiraling inward. All fingers on the right hand and 4 fingers on the left hand of the subject exhibited ulnar loops, while only the left thumb displayed a whorl pattern. This underscores the uniqueness of each fingerprint, with slight variations even within the same individual. Such distinct patterns would allow for the identification of the subject when compared to the prints of others.
Okay, so the results for subject 3 are the following. The experiment identified the left thumb fingerprints as a radial loop characterized by ridges curving back toward the thumb. Radial loop, ulnar loop, and whorls are common fingerprint types. Radial loop prints point towards the thumb, while ulnar loops point towards the pinky finger. Fingerprint types vary across fingers. Each fingerprint is unique, but there can be similarities in fingerprint types. Care must be taken not to apply too much powder, which can hinder visibility. A flash and a magnifying glass may be necessary for clearer observation of the prints on the tape.
Hey, fingerprints are reliable for individual identification with minimal errors if precautions are taken. Human fingerprints are unique, with loop patterns being the most common, accounting for 65% to 70%. Loop patterns are categorized into ulnar loops opening towards the little finger and radial loops opening towards the thumb. Other common fingerprint patterns include arc and hole patterns. The uniqueness of fingerprints combined with their ease of deposition makes them invaluable for crime solving. Fingerprints examiners compare unknown prints with known prints to determine potential matches using patterns and features for identification. Based on the results of the 3 experiments, it is clear that the results for the method of subject 2 yielded the best outcome. Thus, we can conclude with the experiments conducted that the 3 subjects' fingerprints are unique to each person and can be easily identified as their own.